the September 23rd, 2024 Planning Board meeting. Chris, will you call the roll?
Sir, Todd Cannon,
Here.
Kenny Sutherland,
Here.
Susan Manette,
Here.
Andrea Beasley.
Here.
And we've received notifications that Ethan Parker and Jim DeBovic was not going to be able to be present, and of course, we're missing Chad McAvery.
We know that Jim and Ethan are excused because they notified us earlier.
Correct.
So we'll go ahead and excuse those, and when we find out about Chad, we can excuse it next month or when he gets here in a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm making a motion to excuse those that aren't present except for Chad until we find
Second.
out.
Second.
We got 2 seconds, so it'll be in the minutes.
It was a race.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Wait, who was the second?
Both.
At the same time, whatever name you want to put.
Who wants to be in the minutes?
Susan.
All right. All right. Got it.
And happy fall, everybody. This is what I heard the locals started calling the locals summer this time of year.
That's true.
Summer for us locals.
Not very long ago.
Next item on the agenda, approval of the August 26, 2024 Planning Board meeting minutes. Anybody have any changes, edits, or questions about those?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the August 26th meeting.
1, 2,
I
3.
second the motion.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It passes. The next item on the agenda is a review of a request on a subdivision application. I'll turn it over to Chris to tell us about it.
Okay, this is, I'm going to pronounce it as Huston subdivision. Is that correct, John? Houston. Used to see an O in Houston. Okay, so you got an application before you. It's a very simple subdivision, but the way our code's written, all subdivisions of land have to go before both this board and the Board of Commissioners. Is being handled as a prelim/final review because it's a very simple subdivision. So the parent parcel is currently located at 205 13th Street. Total area is, into 2 parcels. The current area is over half an acre, 29,000 square feet. It's currently got 228 linear feet right-of-way frontage on 13th Street. The proposed dimensions of the subdivision, Lot A on the proposed subdivision plat shows a total area of 0.345 acres, which coordinates to 15,070 square feet. Lot B is 0.286, which is 12.5, which is the minimum under our code. Lot A, which is part of the parent parcel, does have a residential structure, which you see on the plat. So as a visual reference, that's straight out of the Carter County GIS, along with the tax card on the side. That's how it looks right now. This is what's being proposed, so you can see. You got, and I'll give a clear one. Well, I did not bring a clear one, but you do have it in your packet. As far as you got the line going on here, so this is the parent portion of the parcel. But the subdivision created is going to meet all the setback requirements for the existing structure, along with leave room for proposed structure on this cutout. This area here is a subdivision easement, or not a subdivision, a septic easement for the shared system that'll likely serve both, or if it's not a shared system, they can put 2 systems in there. That's not uncommon, so. Let's see, as far as, God, I wish that was larger. All right, so there's no roads proposed, new lot lines, are an existing lot, I've already covered that, it does meet the 15-foot setbacks. There are 3 zones on, flood zones on the parcel. Got Zone X, shaded Zone X, and then portion in A6. That's on that parent parcel with existing structure. The parcel is currently zoned R2 residential. And of course, there's your minimum lot size, 12.5. So you got a 15,000 square foot for lot A, 12,500 for lot B. Minimum width is 75, you got 135 on lot A width-wise and 90 feet for lot B. So I've got on here, staff has reviewed it, sees no conflicts with what has been proposed.
Okay, that one strip on the left side, that's for water access for that lot?
And also to make sure you have the minimum.
Minimum, okay.
Yes.
How wide is that?
Talking about this portion here,
Yeah.
John?
In order to get with the setbacks on the house and everything, in order to get the minimum square footage, we have to go around the house and go down to the water, which gives them water access by foot anyway. And that's, the lot that belongs to the developer's, parents. So they're gonna wind up with the house anyway, they say, so.
But you don't,
They granted it, they were okay with it, they're gonna sign the map, they're gonna.
but you don't know how wide that little strip is?
This little portion right here, John?
Is that 10 feet wide, 15 feet wide?
3 feet.
Do we know if they're going to put another driveway in too, or are they sharing the driveway?
Well, I'm assuming that there'll be a separate drive somewhere in here.
No driveway shown now, we just provide it, so, but when they develop it, we'll have to have a driveway.
And the only other question I had was the utilities, the water meter will have to be, I'm assuming the water meter's up close to this corner, it will have to be moved down.
There's no water meter yet on the back lot, and the other water meter is close to the driveway.
Okay,
We typically don't show that on the map of record when we're dividing. I did show the fire hydrant now.
Yeah.
Not, how many trees are going down? I know that, I live right up the street from that lot. All of them are going out? Yeah, there's a bunch of big, pretty oak trees. It's gonna be a lot of water. But, I mean, it's their parents' house that'll get all the water, so.
The 75 foot, which direction is that way?
As far as the minimum width,
Yeah.
that'll be on the, here. Here on 13. That's your front yard?
So the minimum is going up and down, so it's narrower side to side.
Well, I mean,
One of them's 90 feet and the other is 135 feet.
So so what I'm
The minimum
asking,
is
so what I'm,
75.
right,
But one of them is at 135 feet in the
I'm
front.
asking which way it is.
so
It's
right here,
facing-
okay. Right here is 90.56. Right here, yes, thank you. This stretch here is 125 feet, and then obviously all the way to the water. But yeah, but you're looking at, here's your minimum width right at the front. That's 90 feet, so it's more than the 75 feet that's required. And then on here is 135.20 as far as width. Essentially this line right there.
But they're not gonna be able to build back in that hatched area because of the subject.
Well, not necessarily, this is just a septic easement. So whenever they get the soil scientist or whoever they're bringing in to do it, they can just fit the two systems somewhere in here. And of course, there'll be those restrictions on any development in and around that septic field and repair area and all that stuff. So there's still those restrictions, but here's your, you see they've outlined just the building area meeting the setback requirement.
I'm just looking at potential to put a house in there. That's
gonna be
what I'm
tight.
looking at. That's what
It's
I'm
gonna be
looking at.
tight. But I mean, keep in mind, the subdivision that's being proposed meets our minimum. And of course, there'll be those restrictions, but here's your, you see they've outlined just the building area meeting the setback requirement. with some innovative measures there, but it meets it. So you're cutting out a parcel. This structure is not a non-conforming structure because it meets all the setbacks.
Right, I know, I
So-
understand all of that.
Yeah.
I'm just asking, getting information.
Sure.
that's all.
No. I certainly understand. Yeah.
Any other questions about?
Greg, you took off my presentation.
My opinion, it meets all the requirements.
Well, I was just going to point out, as far as plain board action, those are your options. You can recommend as submitted. You do have the opportunity to establish conditions as far as your recommendation. You can continue till the next scheduled meeting, which is the 28th, or, of course, recommend denial. I mean, all those are options on these types of submittals. So,
I'm with option one.
all right?
And you're good with everything on it?
Yeah, we've looked through everything. This is, I will say this, is something that I've had conversations with Mr. Sullivan on. In other areas that I've worked, these minor subdivisions are usually in-house and not before the board, but that's just not how our code is written. Our code is written, everything goes before the board, so there was obviously a reason for that. So that's why it's before you tonight.
I make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion to recommend the Board of Commissioners approve the subdivision of the land as presented. All those in favor say aye.
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 That's unanimous.
All right?
Okay. Got just a couple more little housekeeping things to do here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck with your project. Good luck with your project.
Oh, thank you. That's one of them.
Report from the planning director.
Yeah, so you got in front of you the August 2024 highlights. It's the same as what I presented to the Board of Commissioners, so it gives you an idea of the permit activity, the code enforcement activity. We started also including just, usually 5-year, but this is a more than 5-year scope matrix, just to give you an idea of the transitions that we're seeing activity level wise. So that's just, I usually try to get that to you guys every month. If there's ever any questions, feel free to give me a call. Upcoming meetings, we've got the Board of Commissioners on the 8th of October, and then your next meeting is October 28th. And I guess the last thing, I guess we need to vote to excuse Chad if you guys are okay with that.
You can wait.
Vote to excuse Chad from tonight's meeting too.
I think we'll wait to do that at the next meeting,
Okay.
when we find out what his excuse is.
What if he says he just forgot?
Well, then, you know,
As long as he says he's sorry.
There it is. All right.
Hey, I've forgotten before.
if he brings us donuts,
As long as you say you're sorry.
It's easy to do.
It
if he
is.
brings us donuts, then we might excuse him.
Okay.
Hopefully he's watching this back.
Okay, with that done, board comments.
I'm good.
I have a request, maybe. And I thought about this last month and didn't say anything. Is there a way when you do the August, the highlights, I think they used to do it and they'd compare it to the year before or something like that.
All
And I
right.
thought that was really, I liked seeing that way.
Whether we're improving or,
Yeah.
and you're talking about the planning and inspections monthly report.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how many new constructions versus
I don't know
last
if
year.
I was thinking it wasn't it like they would compare it to the year before, or
Yeah,
was it the,
we'd have the current stats and last year's
Yeah.
same month stats.
Yeah, I know Greg, very typically, he'll run those just to see where we compare to last year, so adding that to this should not be that difficult.
that would be awesome, because I think
Yeah.
that would give us a lot more information on that.
Okay. Certainly
And
can
that's all
do
my
that.
comments.
I'm good.
I gotta admit a minor failure. I told Chris I think I'd get this meeting done in 7 minutes, and we're at 16. So I failed to meet my goal. But with that done, that said, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 6:16:06.